Hi, this is Lynn, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite stocks, AITX, and what they're doing. They're making some great new moves and working on some excellent large sales. So let's look at them. Before we do that, though, remember this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but my opinion only. So do your own due diligence. And remember to give this video a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. So let's look at AITX. First of all, here we're looking at their Yahoo Finance profile and looking at their year-to-date chart. You can see that the stock has been sliding back, unfortunately. There's so many short sellers in the stock pushing the stock back, but one of these days, I am hopeful, as are many of you, that AITX will rise above these short sellers and have a short squeeze. So looking at their stock, AITX has a $64 million market cap. Their earnings per share is negative to date. They also have a 52-week price range from 0.0145 to almost 12 cents and an average volume traded per day of 23 million shares, which is a large volume of shares. Next, let's talk about some great news on AITX. There was an article that came out on Wall Street Reporter on April 11th about leaders like Nextech AR, Guardforce AI, and it included AITX about visionary CEOs targeting billion-dollar market opportunities in robotics, AI, fintech, and more. And to talk specifically about AITX, what they said is that AITX reports its wholly owned subsidiary, Robotic Assistance Devices, has received an order for 4 more ROSAs. These are security robots, and the order was from one of the largest privately held energy companies in the US. And we know many of these companies won't let their names be revealed. So Steve Reinharz remarked, ROSA's device is the perfect security solution for this end user who recently acquired a vast parcel of land with several large parking lots. These parking lots often attract vagrants and trespassers. ROSA's ability to detect and autonomously deter trespassing will help eliminate these dangers. And they can also put out welcoming messages to visitors. The next article we're going to look at is about AITX subsidiary Robotic Assistance Devices receives more about that ROSA order from the leading energy company. But they had a little bit more detail on this order for us. ROSA's AI-driven security analytics include human and vehicle detection, license plate recognition, and more. Next, let's help you learn a little bit more about AITX management. I'd like to share a short clip with you that Steve Reinharz posted last Sunday talking about their management orders coming up, and you'll get to meet the president of the company as well as the sales manager that's been there for about 6 months, and very large orders they have planned coming in during April and May.
I'm going to pull up the results, but what do you think? What does the funnel look to you in terms of when we're going to get our first close out of the show?
So just like anything, you get a lot of people that are excited just to come see something new in the industry, and then as those conversations start to materialize, that excitement turns to really solving solutions in pain, and determining how much pain these folks are in from maybe loss of guarding hours or loitering issues that we solve for. So I would tell you right now of our pipeline. 5 of our folks are in at least 2 conversations with somebody that have real closing in the next 60 days.
Okay. You're saying potentially 10 opportunities in the next 60 days, which puts us at the end of May.
Yeah, 10 opportunities that I believe that could close. Now,
In
just
the
like
pool, any one of those can close. Obviously, it'd be
right,
amazing if all 10 did, but okay,
right.
well, the internet consensus from our community said that 60.7% of the respondents believe that it's going to be April. And I know, Craig, I've been working with you long enough, sandbagging a bit on dates. Hey, that's what we got to do. I get it. I get it. But I'm going to say I'm throwing my vote in on April because I know some of the things that are cooking, and we're gonna bring it in April. That's my feeling. Mark, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go May. You know, not to break the internet and kind of go, but it's not that much further out. But the reason I'm optimistic, I'm definitely optimistic about it, is to Craig's point a second ago. People are coming to us with pains, right? I mean, what is it? Necessity is the mother of all invention, right? And we're seeing tons of pains out there these days, and whether those are staffing issues, whether those are just opportunities to kind of do better, do different. Those were the bulk of the conversations that we had down there, right? I mean, from preset meetings to drop bys to people saying to us, "Hey, I came to ISC West this year because I wanted to see you guys," right? We had some of those conversations as well, and I'll add to that, and then we can move on. But the dealer conversations that we had at the show too, that were there, yeah, some of the dealers, they're doing a few other things and so on, but they were in the stand, they were touching and pushing the buttons and kind of playing with the different devices, and they saw applications right away, right? And that's already turned into concrete action with teams that go beyond sort of our main POC, right? Point of contact. So pretty exciting stuff.
It's good. It's good. I still say April. Just saying.
I hope you enjoyed that update from Steve and team, and we'll see how many of those orders come in during April versus in May. Next, let's talk about some of the negative pressures on AITX stock that has been pulling it down. Remember, OTC stocks are the most dangerous stocks out there, but again, looking at high risk versus high reward. This OTC short report shows you that over the last 5 days, the shorts have lessened quite a bit, fortunately, to an average of about 20% of volume shorted. You can see not that long ago, in late to mid-March, it was more in the 40% of volume shorted. So this is at least positive progress. Hopefully, some of the short sellers are getting intimidated about EITX progress. Next, let's look at Market Watch and see how the stock is doing. You can see on the one-year stock is down a negative 77% for the year. Year to date, it's minus 70%, and over the last 3 months, minus 30%. And we're hoping to see the stock come back in a big way. Now let's look at the share structure of the stock, which is very important to check whether dilution is occurring and their short float. As we can see that the market cap is 72 million. They have 5 billion authorized shares, which is quite a few, and they have 4.8 billion outstanding shares. Here they're not showing the float. For some reason, the float is not available. The float is very important because it shows you if there's a smaller float, how easily it is to move this stock. So now let's look at their stock chart and what it's been doing. AITX Stock Chart for the last year shows the stock sliding back just as the Market Watch numbers showed us, which is very unfortunate. But it does appear to be basing somewhat right now. The price is 0.015, so it's 1.5 cents per share. And you can see that the stock is also quite a bit below the purple line, which is the 200-day moving average. In looking at the 5-day stock chart, you can see it has slid down and is now somewhat barcoding. So whiplashing back and forth between a fairly tight range. And this chart does reflect 5-minute candlesticks. So you can see the movement during those 5 days, 5 minutes at a time. Again, it's quite a bit below the 200-day moving average. So I'd love to hear your comments below about AITX, what your thoughts are about the stock, what your expectations are for the future. When do you think that AITX and team will start winning? We'll start being able to move this stock. I know it's very frustrating for Steve Reinharz seeing the amount of short selling in this stock. I'd also love to hear your comments and thoughts about any other stocks you're liking right now that you'd like me to review. Also, remember to go here to sign up for our newsletter so that you can be notified before videos like this come out, and also about exciting movements in the stock market. And go here to view our latest OTC stock, as well as visit our playlist for penny stocks you'll want to know about under $1.